Oh my God, a lot of things in my head. But
Attend my podcast, probably.
results. Okay, process is important. Process will only fetch you that result, right? I want to increase. She works really hard.
What's the biggest lesson life has taught you so far?
And to be honest, I don't know.
Welcome back, Amisha Sharma.
Thank
How's
you.
your day?
My day is going all well, although it's just kind of like a start. I mean, it's 1:30 p.m. for us here. And I did not have classes today. It was Friday. I usually have like classes 3 times, 3 days in a week. And today was something which I need to like read upon. We have a lot of intensive reading in LLM.
That was quick. It's nice. How's the weather like in the UK? Is it
Weather extreme, extreme, extreme cold. And I think this will be the weather which will go on till April or the March end. And it started, I think, from the month of November. December was like at peak extreme
okay?
winters. And yeah, you have to like be full covered if you're going outside. You cannot compromise with anything. Your hands will be numb if you do not wear the gloves, and the muffler always required. Here in my accommodation, it's very heated, so it's a good thing here. And you have to be very covered outside. It's extreme, extreme, extreme cold, specifically at nights. And I think it like it rained also yesterday, and it can like happen. It can rain anytime here. So, but yeah, the weather forecast is a good thing here. It can just tell you like on an estimation as to when it's probable to like rain or when it's probable to like have a little sunny as well. And here people strive. They starve for sun to be out. And once the sun is out, the winds are a little less. That's when you would see people running towards the sun. That's what we crave for here. And coming like from India, when you have like very bright days there, a little difficult because the nights happen here around 4:30, 5 o'clock as well. Specifically in the months of like January and December, you have the day gets darker around 4:30, 5 o'clock as well. So you would see like people going inside more likely, and you are starting with the day and it just gets end very soon. So that is a thing. And it's a little difficult in the terms of like the international students here because they are not used to specifically for the continents which we belong to. We have a lot of bright days and all of that, right? So here it gets a little bit stressful for people. I've seen major few of my friends complaining that hey, it's difficult to be here. It's a little depressing weather. We want to go back to India, all of that, because your decisions are also like based on the weather, which you don't realize if you do not have a good weather here. So yeah.
Absolutely. That was on point. Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like how's it different from Bangalore?
Hmm.
The weather.
The weather, yeah. As I said, in India, I've already told the difference between like the Indian weather and the UK weather here. But if you ask me more specifically, as you did for Bangalore, Bangalore is extreme, extreme good in terms of the weather. I love Bangalore for this factor. I was a person who love rain, and when something happens not too often, you get to realize the importance more. This is what I believe in. And when it keeps on like raining here at sudden times, you have to go for running for a conference or you are going for a class and it starts pouring down. You do not have like an umbrella or raincoat is not there. So you feel the cold and it's extremely like difficult because you can get ill very easily. In Bangalore, you have the weather to be like very subtle. It can rain, but then it's very pleasant there. I do not like the places, my own belief that I do not like places which have like extreme weathers, like in Delhi, for example. Extreme winters, extreme summers. I do not like that. I like the pleasantry more. And that's what I found in Bangalore. So that is how it is.
Perfect. That's great. Yeah, just a few questions that I have in my mind, in my top of my
Sure.
mind, probably. So let's just get started with, do you think success and happiness are the same thing? Why or why not?
Success and happiness. Oh, very subjective. Now, as you said, like you were gonna ask me, which basically means that I need to give my own personal belief and opinion about it. I have lived a life so far since the time I've gained the consciousness. I would say that I have made my life progress in a manner that I have always intertwined my success with my happiness. I have made
Mm.
that now. Think about that way that your mind is very much capable to get the situations which you are feeling in life to attach a pertinent factor with it. If I, what do you mean by successful? The definitions keeps on varying to people, right? My
Yeah.
belief has maybe the first factor which I'm going to judge will be that I'm good in my profession. I am very confident in my profession. I see myself or I visualize myself at this moment that I am a corporate lady who has a very prominent role in one of the firms. Could be any. When I'm saying prominent, does mean like a very good stature. And to
Yes.
become like that, you really need to keep on working hard. The process could be very difficult, could happen with a little bit of instances of non-happiness attached to that. But the goal which you want to reach will bring the happiness for you because this is what I have changed my brain or factored my brain or, frame my brain according to that. The process always becomes difficult. When you say about the difficult, does not always attach the happiness factor with it. Secondly, I would say now have shaped myself to always concentrate on the results. Okay, process is important. Process will only fetch you that result, right? So even if it doesn't bring the happiness at the end of the day, I'm able to sleep peacefully because I know that the goal is one step getting nearer to me. So if I'm able to fulfill my routine every single day, I know that I'm going towards that and I'll be happy with it. Secondly, in terms of the other things. Now, what are the other things which are important for me and which brings happiness to me? Maybe could be like, for example, a favorite person of yours. You wanna grab a little some coffee with that person, or you wanna chat with that person. It could be like 8 minutes of your day with that person can just make you a little happy and you can get back to your work. So social interactions are something which is a little important here as well. That brings happiness, right? Other than that, what could the happiness be like? Yeah, I mean, other things are like again,
Yeah.
I've told
Got it.
you the major things, yeah, the result
Overview. Yeah.
overview, exactly, yes.
Got it. Yeah. It sounds like you're a successful person. Uh, well, anyways, the question which came to my mind was, when was the last time that you felt genuinely at peace?
Okay. Little personal, can't share you like all the instances here, but I'm gonna tell you in a way which can make you also at peace that I have justified the answer. Um, it was, I think, December, the month of December after Christmas. I had three things to do which were important. One with regards to my profession, the other thing was a little personal, and the third thing also was a little personal, right? So I was striving very hard for all of these things to turn in my favor. The profession one was something related to my work here, and the other two things are related to little personal things. So these three things were very much difficult. Okay, and I still remember, I think I did not sleep for like the one whole month at nights. I used to sleep at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning because that was the kind of schedule which I had made for myself. I was not able to sleep here at all. I still used to go back on, on my bed, but I could not. Not that I was overthinking, but I wanted these three things to turn in my favor. And it was very difficult. And the three things were something which were dependent on the external factors and not inside of it. So even if I wanted to go a little internal with my spirituality and all of that, which is the most significant factor which I consider in myself, these spirituality could also not help these factors to turn in my favor. So I had to wait and have to be patient with that. So 1 month gave everything, worked on it, and up to date because in those 21 days I did not sleep up. Now it's my timetable. I can't sleep at nights. It's just that I'm sleeping in the mornings. I've become a night person like anything. So when those things were very difficult for me, I did not like the process at all. It was never a happiness moment for me. After 1 month, which is like from 24th of December to 27th of January or something, these three things, all of them turned in my favor. All of them.
Okay.
And that was the moment when I still remember that I made a lot of things. I cooked and I was in my room. I got to know the result of the first one, my career. I went for an interview and all of that. Then the other two things were also in my favor. This has to do with a little personal thing, but it turned in my favor, which I never knew. And I could not even communicate to anybody about these two other. Could have done anything about that. So when I knew that this thing had happened, I was at peace. So I made a lot of things for myself. I
Wow.
cooked for myself that particular time. And I made it a point of not talking to anybody on that particular day. So that was a time when I was at peace so much. And I thanked him for sure. I thanked my God for it because he was the only one who had made it possible. So at the end of the time, when I mingle both of these questions of yours, they are intertwined for me, the peace moment and the happiness moment. Process was hard. I did not know whether I'm going to get the output or not, but I kept on striving hard for it. And what did I get? I got what I wanted in my favor. So yeah.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that's great. I don't know. You mentioned twice about you cooked for yourself. Is that the way you treat yourself? Is that the way you give back, or do you, Amisha Sharma?
Thank you for that question. I actually had this question from another friend of mine that do you treat yourself? And to be honest, I do not. I do not treat myself that often the way I should be because I think the unexpected expectations, the unfulfilling expectations I've kept for myself. So I do not do it. And every single time when I even pass them, I still feel that okay, I have to reach that. I have to reach that. So that fire in your stomach should always be there, but you shouldn't be harsh on yourself. I have been, so I would tell others not to, please. Your health gets on
Oh,
stake and everything. But I do it like very limited sometimes. If I feel that I've been working on it for a very long time and I do become successful in that in terms of my own vision, then I think I make something for myself or I buy some good sugary thing. I like bakery items so much, so I like to treat myself with that maybe. Yeah.
oh, great. Well, just another question which was behind my head. Uh, what's the biggest lesson life has taught you so far?
Oh my God, a lot of things in my head. But what's wiser enough to share? Okay. The first factor, independent. You have to become independent. You have to be independent. You might have people who can help you, who can assist you, but you shouldn't be over expecting from anybody, even if they have helped you in some connaissance, in some factor. I have realized soul identity, individual person is enough and self-sufficient for all of the goals that you have kept in your mind. You are the one. If I go out of my room, I shape my mind in some way that I need this outcome and I will get that. Maybe it's the law profession which has shaped me like that. So I feel you have to be independent and not to be dependent on anybody for anything. This is one of the things which life has taught me. Because every time if I have seen that, okay, at certain circumstances, it might be that I require somebody else's help, or somebody needs to give me 70 or 80% of their help to get this work done. Sometimes it did not even turn out that way. So I am a person, if I have got certain lessons, I hold it very rigidly. I hold it in a manner that these 10 lessons out of this one particular instance will help me to minimize the time I am learning on and making a trial and error on them. And therefore, if it has come to me, I need to be reflective onto the other things and it need to go in a good progress manner. So this is what I do. So self-independence is very important, which life has taught me. Secondly, I would say humble. You need to be humble. I have always seen people to be, whenever they are at the high position in any of the sector you consider, they have always been humble. The people down who are down to them may not be humble in terms of treating other people, but the upper people will be humble in terms of like, anything for that matter, integrity or inclusivity or giving you advices, giving you suggestions, giving you improvements, how you can improve on your applications, your jobs, or your personal affairs, and all of that. So, humility,
Humble, humbleness.
humbleness is important.
Yeah, yeah. I would say that's the reason why they're up there. Uh, Without being humble, or uh, you won't be able to keep up to the track of the everyday world, and then go up there and have the work delegated to others. So the hierarchy matters and all that matters.
Exactly.
Well, another question which came to my mind is, what do you think is the biggest reason people feel unhappy today?
Okay. Lot of things. Different people, different perspectives, but general connotations which I can attach to this is through the conversation interactions which I had with people, and I've found out to be like a pattern among our interactions. One of them could be the unrealistic goals which they have kept for themselves. This is the thing. I do not say that they should not, but unrealistic in terms of what? That's a very subjective thing, right? So when they keep unrealistic things which are not possible, they get very, very unhappy and dissatisfied with that. And then comes a lot of qualities of not being consistent or, just shedding away from that or not working on that more likely. The unhappiness leads to stop in the progress, stop in terms of your efforts. And I would always say, and this is a quote which should we all know, but we always want to hear the other people speaking to us whenever we require it, is that a winner has always been a failure before. The winner has never reached up to that stage. He has always gone through the paths of the failure, and then he has reached up to that position. So we need to keep that in mind. Not that you are taking up the stairs and you get that major failure of your life which you think and you do not feel to go ahead and you stop there. That's where the failure will be if you stop. So these are certain things which I think. And apart from that,
Yeah, I think that sums up everything.
yeah,
Wow.
correct, correct, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's life. After all, well, another quick
And
thing
I
which
think
came.
one more thing. I'm so sorry, but I think
Okay,
this is
go
also
ahead,
like
go ahead,
very
go ahead, go
important.
ahead.
Yeah, correct, correct, correct. So I think when you start looking at yourself with the lens of the eyes of the other people who puts you down, that's where they become unhappy. That's where they stop working on themselves. I have also been into that phase of life wherein I stopped being very confident about myself and I started taking the way the people were seeing me to be the reality of mine. That was a very wrong thing. Whatever you show to people, the same way they're gonna believe. And if they are not believing, then you should not believe on them either. Then you should not take their advice as a tool. This is what I feel. So the most failure or the most unhappiness comes from the point when you start visioning yourself from the eyes and the belief of the other people, which are not too good. So yeah.
Yeah, wow, that was pretty deep and
Mhm.
interesting. Hmm. I hope you know that people's opinion don't matter anymore unless and until uh, you're doing something like really, really wrong.
Correct.
So
And I think everybody has that candle in themselves, which are always lighted up, and they tell you when it diminishes, this is the wrong action which you're taking, and it just lightens up when you know from inside that this is the thing which is correct for you, and you should keep on doing it. Yeah.
absolutely. Wow. Do you think matters more? Is it the money? Is it the freedom? Or is it the relationships that you have?
Oh, 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 oh. Okay. A good life should have all of them, I would say. Gone is the saying when they tell you that you just require a decent life and not a good money. We have seen that the health factor, which is important, which brings up the happiness, is attached very well and proportionally to the money factor. So I would say money is also very important. Your happiness is also very important, and your relationships also are very important because all the three of them are very intertwined. Depends on person to person. For example, if I am working very hard and I am getting a little, this thing that I want to get out, I want to talk to people or something, that's my escapism route. I want to talk to those people, my favorite people. So then social interactions becomes very important for me because my stress releases from that. Secondly, if I would have money, I can go anywhere and I can travel. I can afford like a journey somewhere in the part of the world which I really want to. For example, if I have too much responsibilities which I need to pay every single day in terms of my routine and all of them, I will be satisfied. But at the end of the day, I want to treat myself in terms of like going to a journey. Money factor comes in between. If I have the good people around me, I want to take them along with me. Then the social interactions comes up. So I would say all of these three things are intertwined. You cannot leave one aspect behind and then live the other two in the maximum phase of your life.
Okay.
Yeah. But what if
I
I
mean,
want to ask you this?
yeah, I will answer that, but again, I would like just one answer if you can put it down from three all the way to one. Money, freedom, or relationships.
Okay.
Like you can at least rank it.
Oh, very difficult. Because, of course, money, freedom, and happiness. No, money, freedom, and
Relationships.
relationships. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
in a way, it is also kind of happiness.
One thing, the first rank will be the freedom. Okay. Freedom, that will bring the self-independent. You're gonna be independent, and you can take like a lot of decisions of your life. Second thing will be, I think, very difficult, very subjective, I would say. This is what's checking my mind because relationships. Mm, I think money. Money will be my second thing. Very, very unique choice, but yes, always a reason behind that. And third will be my relationships. But here it depends on whom am I counting in my relationship. If it's my mom and dad, then of course the relationship factor will come on the first rank. But if I'm just talking about like the people around me, the ecosystem of mine, my friends, my colleagues, and all of them, then maybe money will be a little different factor, perhaps, will be my second rank. So that's why I said a little subjective in terms of like what are we talking about? Because it's very in deep, right? So yeah, people hearing this would be like, oh, why has she ranked money in the second phase? But yeah, no, no. I have worked hard. I deserve that point. But depends. I mean, yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you like the harsh reality of this as well. Relationships, you would get a lot of people if you have an authority. Okay, this happens in India. People bow in front of you if you are at a very good stature. You would automatically get good relations, and you will only be respected once you are successful in your life, be it in any phase, be it if you are a civil servant or if you're a politician or if you are anybody. You would always see the social interactions of a person to be very good if they're successful in their own genre. You would always see that. Compare anybody. See that in your life. Things might be very different to hear, but if you go a little deep and understand why the synthesis came from that, you would understand that.
Wow.
Now, I would want to ask you this question: rank and
Yeah,
why?
sure. Sure, sure. Well, I would say the first thing is going to be relationships for me.
I knew that for sure.
And the second thing is going to be the freedom.
Hmm,
And the last thing is going to be the money.
money. Okay, yeah. I think maximum people would say that. Yeah.
Because I have my own reasons for that. I would say relationships is what keeps you going
Okay. Okay.
because It's not about, I'm not talking about relationship with your mom and dad because they are
Yeah.
only they are
Uh,
only there with us,
I think
only
yeah,
for like
everybody would keep their mom and dad like over to everything, and that's
correct.
what I would also do.
Yeah,
But we're not talking
correct.
about the parents. We're in relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
again, relationships is, and again, what I was saying is parents' relationship is like a family relationship. Relationships in general is friends.
Yes.
I would say, um, at the end of the day, it's the people who surround us determine how successful you are going to become. So if you
Okay.
have like crazy bunch of friends who like go and party every night and drink and smoke and you're gonna end up in a very bad situation. I'm not gonna say you're gonna like go really bad, but it might not be the way that you wanted to or you wanted your life to be in. But on the other hand, if you have like friends that help you and mentor you, there is a person, I don't know if I should mention, but this person, whenever I call him, every single thing I do, he just criticizes me for everything. And then at the end of the day, I understand, oh shit, he has a point.
Mm. Mm. Oh.
I
Okay.
mean,
So yeah.
he gives me like a different perspective altogether.
Mm.
And that's when my eyes kind of like open up. And then,
Mm.
oh, wow. Okay, I never knew this was the perspective. Because you
Mm.
should always think from the other person's perspective. And we just only self
Yeah.
centered at times.
I understand that, but I'm a little different to that tangent. I feel
Yeah.
that I respect that completely. I respect that because I think everybody who has taken a birth here goes through different perspectives, situations, and that's how they shape it. My productive saying will always come from the circumstances I have been in. And I feel that realization, the most important thing, should not come from others. It should come within you, from within you. That is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's again personal preferences.
Correct.
Yeah, and the next thing would be always the freedom to do or stand up for yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Uh, and money is always the last for me because
Mm.
I've seen money come, I've seen money go. So
Mm. Mm.
it's not that we are living it. Of course, money, health, and everything is important, but
Mm. Correct.
when it comes
Um,
down to only money,
mm.
the money is just going to be the last factor.
Okay. I do understand that, and but I feel like now the need of the hour has been like a little different in terms of like I was able to come here because of money, and if I want to help people from my education, money will also be a very concentrate factor. So you do the peaceful things and you do all the moral values being fulfilled because of the money, because that's how the society is running in this time. That's why I say money. So that is why, when you're ranking something, you need not to see just the options as to how they are being ranked. You need to go a little bit deeper into the synthesis of why that has been chosen and a little bit of introspection and reflection. Anyways, that was a good answer. Yes.
Thanks. So, yeah, it's been a long conversation. So, I think it's time for us to conclude. So, some of my concluding questions would be if you could time travel, would you still choose this master's program? Be honest.
Point of certainty. If I am certain that I will become a diplomat, I may want to go back and maybe wants to write UPSC, but that option is still available for me even now. So maybe like after an LM, I can still write um UPSC and then become a diplomat because I wanted to always. And yes, that will be the option. The point of certainty will always come. Yeah.
If your life was a movie, what would the title be?
Very good question. So many things. Okay. I don't know. Um, um, Angel on earth. This is what I could just think about. I had a lot of things to say, but yeah. Yeah. What about
Angel
you?
on Earth. Okay. Hmm, good.
What about you?
I would just put my name.
Oh my God. That was good. That was really good. I should
Yeah,
give this
why
award to
not?
you. That was good. That was actually good. Yeah. No, I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. If your bank account could talk, what would it say about your life choices?
I want to increase. She works really hard.
Okay. What's the most, so in quotes, I can't do this anymore moment you have had in this semester?
My answer highlights one quality of mine here. Going one focused way. If I have other things which needs my attention, then probably a balance will not be created for me, and my attention will be diverted, and I will be dissatisfied. So I can't do this anymore will be the other things on a personal front, which my focus gets dwindled upon. And then I completely leave all of that, and then I come back to my profession. And I tell them that, hey, that can wait, this can't wait. This is the need of the hour. So yeah.
Wow. If you could delete one thing from your life permanently, what would it be?
Mm. Two things, but one thing if I want to say,
Yeah, one thing.
one
One.
thing, yeah, yeah. Maybe I still give a little bit space to the people to tell me how I should be, perhaps. I'm still coming out of that particular cycle. So people come with good intentions or good of whatever, and then they tell me to do a few things, and I might not um not listen to my heart and mind and follow whatever I'm being directed for. I want to delete that aspect completely because I feel I'm showing them more sympathy if I'm listening to them and I'm working according to what they want me to work and I obey what they want me to be to have in my life. So I want to delete that factor completely. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Next question. What's the most dramatic thing you have done because you were tired?
Dramatic thing because I was tired.
Attend my podcast, probably.
Maybe yes, yes, yes. As I think
See?
before the conversation, I did tell you that I'm so drained now. I am done with everything. So that could also be one of the ways.
Okay, well, next question. What's something that makes you feel rich even when you're broke?
What do you mean by broke?
Oh, whoa. So you have never been broke in your life? Is that what you mean? Like broke in the sense like
It's that sport.
a rich versus poor.
Oh, that one. Monetary concentration.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Monetary concentration. Can you repeat the question again? Now I'm gonna see that from that
Yes.
lens.
What's
Yeah.
something that makes you feel rich even when you're broke?
Oh, okay. That I have my father besides. Because of the factor, everything comes from that. My father is there, trust is there, my confidence goes from 0 to 100. My capability that I can do something even if I'm broke because my father is there. I think he is an epitome of inspiration for me. And all of the things, whatever I'm able to put in today's podcast, has been majorly coming from him. So, inspiration, the trust, even if I'm broke, I'm demotivated, be it at any bad phase of my life, I know presence of a one person can fix all of this. Goes with the saying that of course my mom is also important. So yeah, my mom is also there for sure, for certain. But yeah,
Okay.
everybody can
Okay.
relate to that. Every girl can relate how a father figure is always important in their life. So yes.
Okay. If your father was here right now, what advice would he give you right now? Like to
Speak
Amisha
less,
Sharma.
act more.
Oh,
Speak less, act more. Perhaps it just came to my mind. But
okay.
yeah,
So I think
yeah.
I should talk to your dad.
Uh,
Okay.
Definitely,
Wow.
yes. Yeah.
Okay. What's your small happiness that keeps you alive during your assignments?
Small happiness which keeps.
You alive. So what are the little things that keeps you alive during your hard times?
Okay. One could be spirituality. I'm deeper into that. I'm deeper into it. And when I say spirituality, it does not mean just one prayers or significance of a religion, one religion in my life. I've always and always believed in different religions, all of them, respected, has been always closer to me. I have dealt with them to the very extreme as well, Christianity or Islam or Buddhism and Hinduism for sure, right? So this is one of the factor which gives me peace and happiness and keeps on like making me move because I feel that all of those moral values or the bedrock of my foundation is because of spirituality, all of that. So if I'm progressing further in my life, it will always be the spirituality, always and always. I am full of that. That's why when you told me that, can I just name one particular title for my life? It was that an angel on earth. Because if I am thinking about a person in a bad light as well, I would not feel guilty about that person. I would feel guilty about myself that how am I even thinking about it? So think about the manner that when a person is like blaming themselves about the bad things which they are thinking, they cannot even muster the strength of doing bad things to the other people. Right? So yeah.
Okay. Well, this is the final question.
Yes, I'm excited.
When you finally graduate, what's the first thing you will do besides crying?
Wow. Hug my parents. I want my parents to be here once I graduate. Yes. That
Oh,
is one of the wishes. And of course, I think I would pray. I would say thanks to God because without my parents, without my God, it would have never been possible for getting this degree. Yes. And I think one more important thing will be that, yeah, it just came to my mind because I think when I see graduation, I also see like in the lights of like when I graduated from Christ as well. And I remember like a very important time in my life when my professor told me like 1 year before that he will gonna be standing at the stage and taking my name once I will be getting my degree. So that was the point when I was like, okay, we'll see all of that. And when literally it came in front of my vision and he took my name, I was very much like upright. And I went there and I just went besides him. I could have all the glimpses of those 5 years, you know, snapshotting in my mind as how I was and how I've become. And he has seen me from all of those years. So I think if I graduate from here, my professor will be the one whom I'm just gonna text or let him know that, hey, professor, I have graduated again. So, yeah.
I hope he wouldn't be surprised.
He wouldn't be,
Anyways,
but of course, I would love to know what will be the train of thoughts in his mind when he would get to know that I've got my degree. So, yeah, yeah.
he's gonna ask you when are you doing a PhD next?
I don't think so. He has been like a person who tells me not to keep like, overthink or keep on thinking about your future and all of that. He believes my capability and he lives in the present moment. He would first of all congratulate and he would say that, you know what, I've seen you being from a child come up till here, who is in London and who has that much ability to now guide your juniors who are looking at the same path of yours. So maybe this is what I am anticipating. Could be like more brighter than that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but the baby still remains. I would say the baby is still alive.
Of course, of
Um,
course. Hmm.
well, I think that was it. That's the
Great.
conclusion.
Thank you so much. It was a very reflective podcast, I would say. And I wish you all the very best with all of the guests which are upcoming. And I'm pretty sure all of them will have a good time with you, depending on the nature of the questions had been very deep. And you give them the space to like reflect and to come up with like a lot of things which they never knew and they had the time to think about them and come up with all of the things which they have felt in their life and believed in their lives, and they would have the path to go and progress as well in their future lives. So I'm really, really thankful that you have also been like a great, important, instance. This particular thing has taught me a lot of things about myself. Thank you so much.
Wow. What's that one? Yeah, this last question.
Wow.
Uh, what's your advice
Mm,
to the future generations to come, or maybe to your friends, or maybe to the future generations? What's that one thing that since you have lived like a couple of decades now, uh, what is that one thing that you wanna say to the future generations about
okay.
life in general?
In general, okay. First of all, something which is just coming deeper from myself is the first thing I'm gonna say. Inclusivity of spirituality in your own lives. That has to be the thing. All of the things will be put in the correct place if you have that. A right and a just person cannot do anything wrong to the other people, comes up with all of the moral values, sympathetic, being humble, inclusivity, integrity, all of those factors, right? And then apart from that, I would say that as we have covered a lot of factors already in the conversation, is that do not judge yourself by the eyes of the other people and be confident. Have high moral, have high stature about yourself and your vision. You're gonna become like that the way you see yourself as, and minimize social life in terms of like the social media life if it's not being worthy enough in your lives. You need to minimize that social media life. I've not always been a fan of that. But if it's adding a good value in your lives, may continue with that. But if it's not, then minimize and live in the real life thing. The real life conversations are more brighter, more worthy enough than just scrolling and chatting to people there if it's not worthy. So yeah.
Wow, just phenomenal. Thank you so much, Amisha Sharma. Thank you for
Right.
coming. Thank you for being my guest. I wish you the very best. I
Thank
wish you all
you.
the happiness and all the blessings from the Almighty God. And may all your dreams come true. And what else?
These
Be
blessings
Amisha
are so
Sharma.
much. Thank
Yeah.
you. Means a lot.
Yeah.
Means a lot. Very
Yeah.
pure. Very pure. Thank you so much.
For
Really means a
sure.
lot.
Thank you so much. And thank
Thank
you,
you.
guys. Thank you, my dear audience, for listening to my little podcast. And yeah, that's about it. May God bless you and have a wonderful year ahead, a wonderful day ahead. Cook some really good meals and invite me next time to the United Kingdom.
You for sure. I have that
Yeah,
in my cards. Looking forward for that. Thank you so much,
for
Natasha. This was a great
sure.
time.
Take care.
Yes.
Take care.
Thank you.
All
Thank you. God
right.
bless
Thank
you. Take
you.
care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.